Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go watch a movie with PJ. Lord, and he's always glad you came. You wanna be where you could see our troubles are all the same. You wanna go and watch a movie with PJ.
Well, happy Monday, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the PJ Campbell Network. Of course, I am your host, PJ Campbell. I'm excited. It's Monday. It means it's animated day. It's our 38th watch along since quarantine started. I don't know how we've gotten that far, but we have. And it feels exciting because we're going back in time tonight. Back to when I was a small child. Back to one of the very first movies that ever made me cry. We're watching the Rugrats movie. You know, when the Rugrats, those diaper-wearing, lovable little bastards, were making their jump to the big screen for the first time, something I can never say that I've done. They were much more successful in life than I have been so far. But you know what? That's okay. We're here to watch the Rugrats. I am super excited. And I couldn't do that without the help of two of my favorite people. Of course, one and only Mr. Maxwell Haddad. Hello, my friend. Oh, hello. That's kind of like the opening crawl, I see.
Yeah. I don't know. Hi.
Hi, how are you, my friend?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I am just so happy to see you. We have a pretty cool announcement tonight, too, which we're going to make in a few minutes.
I'm wearing a very appropriate shirt.
You are?
I love. This is a shirt that I own. Yes.
I was hoping that you owned it and you didn't take it from some peddler down the street.
No, I don't. You know? I don't pedal down the street in any capacity.
Not even on a bicycle?
Not in New York.
That's fair. Well, I'm happy to have you here, my friend. This was all you're doing, by the way. You made an offhanded joke that we should watch the Rugrats movie, and I said, you're right, we should watch the Rugrats movie, and here we are.
Here we are.
So I am excited, but we also have one, Mr. Patrick Hogue. Hello, my friend. Are you okay?
I'm still reeling from... I thought Max had like this grand bit set up with like... Because I'm so nostalgic for Rugrats. And I'm like, oh, I guess the opening did have like handwritten letters or something like that. And he like sets it up, goes it down. You're like PJ setting it up for like, this is for Rugrats. And then he goes, hey, I don't know. And I was like, I was so prepared so that when nothing happened, I was just kind of left with all this emotion. Because that's
normally how people feel when they're in my presence. They're just left with untended emotion.
I'm in awe every time, Max. Never think otherwise. But I was telling you this, PJ, before we even got on, that it's really dawning on me that this is going to be my first Rugrats experience in probably over 10 years.
It's probably about that for me too.
And this isn't no Batman animated stuff that I didn't really watch as a kid. This ain't no cartoon fartsy wartsy thing that some other person on this channel is going to watch. This is Rugrats. This is like prime time Nickelodeon. That
the Nicktoons.
The Nicktoons, and it's just when you said this made you cry. Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
When you said this made you cry, I'm like, wait, what's in this movie that's going to make you cry? And then images started flashing through my head, and I'm like, guys, I don't think I'm ready for tonight. I don't think I'm ready for kind of what this movie is going to do to me, but I'm excited to be here.
I have not seen this movie in a very long time, probably 18 to 20 years. But
jeez,
I have seen episodes because watching both the Hanukkah and the Passover episodes is sort of a tradition. Because yes, if you are unaware, the Rugrats are very Jewish. The Pickles family is very Jewish. I remember an episode where Chucky got skunked, and the only way they could get the smell out is with borscht.
Yep, I remember that.
Borscht. I remember not understanding what that word was.
Seen this.
I also was 3
when this came out, and that makes me feel old because I was 8.
I was 10. I I go to Universal Studios. It's well known I enjoy theme parks. Sometimes
true.
I'll give a couple bucks and play some of the carnival style games. So there is one where you threw basketball into a hoop. It's harder than it looks. I won, and do you know what prize I selected?
That looks like one Mr. Tommy Pickles, my friend.
It's very cheaply made. It's very adorable. It's mostly become a dog toy at this point.
Well, that's
But
rude.
if you have a prop, you gotta use it, right?
For those, real quick, for those who don't know, it is streaming over on Netflix, so you'll be able to watch that there tonight. I am super excited about that. But real quick, before we get into that, got a little bit of housekeeping. Of course, as you guys know, you can find all of our podcast versions in audio form over on Spotify and iTunes. Hit up over there. If you also did not see, I would be remiss to say that Evan DeGraff has taken a step back from the channel. We do thank him for everything he did here at the PJ Campbell Network since March, and we are excited for whatever he does next. But we suspect we will probably still see him on here. But for now, he is taking a step back because he has college and life. And look, I get it. Things happen. It's all good. But outside of that, Friday night, we got the host. We're doing the very nice watch along for Bong Joon-ho's The Host. It'll get ready to wrap up our monster movie month, as it were.
And I do believe that is available on Hulu.
It is indeed. And of course, if you have not already, please check out last week's episode of Newsies. We hung out with Kevin Smets, Kristen Smith, and Robert Parker as they talked about the famed Disney musical. And of course, our episode of Front Center Mezzanine from last week with Allison Brezzi, which was fantastic. I had a great time. I don't know about you, Max. What were your
Sure
thoughts?
did. Allison's one of my favorite people. She's such a beacon of light in the theater industry, and it was lovely to chat with her. Really lovely.
Really was. And next week, you can see Kaylin West coming to hang out with us also on Front Center Mezzanine, which I'm very, very excited about.
Yeah,
and
Kaylin is dope. She was on Broadway in The Prom. She was on the Mean Girls tour for a bit. She starred in Dave Malloy's Moby Dick over at ART in Boston. It's going to be great to talk to her about what it's like to be a young professional in theater, the auditioning process, how she got her roles, what it was like being in such a success with The Prom, which got all those Tony nominations, and working with the legends she got to work with. So it's going to be exciting. You do not want to miss it.
Yes,
How do
absolutely.
you guys get the guests for those shows? Then you have me on this. Like,
I ask
about
myself that every week, which is why
PJ.
next Friday we're going to do a double feature, the last double feature of the Monster Movie Month with Sean Sullivan of the Movie Trivia Schmodown. We are going to be watching Godzilla 98 and Pacific Rim because you can only go up from Godzilla 98. It should be a hell of a time. And of course, Scary Movie Squad is just around the corner. Look at those movies. There's so much to unpack in this. We've got Halloween, Friday the 13th Part 2, Scream, a Host and Haunt double feature. We're going to go all in on what Shudder's serving us right now. We got Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Poltergeist, The Conjuring double feature, Cabin in the Woods, Sleepy Hollow, and of course our actual Halloween stream of Trick or Treat and Halloween 2018. Couldn't think of a better way to round all that out. So what are you guys thinking about all of that?
I love horror movies as much, if not more, than any other genre of movies. I love the way they make me feel. I love how creative they can be. I love how they can often serve as metaphors for real life trauma and other stuff that they explore. I think we've put together just a phenomenal lineup. I think we have great guests, and I think I'm going to be drunk for most of them.
Yeah, I think that sounds accurate. Hogue, how are you feeling?
I just want to see blood.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. I always like seeing blood because there will be blood, but not in this, not that movie. In
That'd
that,
be a
group of
very
movies.
different movie to throw in the middle of that. Of like,
Excuse
all right,
me,
Halloween, then Daniel
Excuse me,
Plainview.
Can I have my milkshake back, please?
No,
I-
but
I-
you
That's
can
my
have
version of There Will Be Blood.
an announcement. Do you think that you'd like to have an announcement, you guys?
I would.
Before we
I
start
would like
this.
to have
I
an announcement.
do.
All right. Well, I think everyone in the chat, everyone who watches us week in and week out, is going to want to buckle in because I think this is pretty cool.
I'm excited about it.
I'm very excited about it. Maxwell and I had been talking about this behind the scenes, and we thought that it was time for you guys to be able to get some merch. I don't know about you guys, but I like merchandise. I like t-shirts, magnets, and all sorts of things. So you know what that means? Guess what, guys? The PJ Campbell Network is now over on TeePublic. It is now live, and for the next 3 days, you can get 23% off all of your orders.
35% off.
35% off. I read that wrong. And that means T-shirts are like $13 right now. There are logos for literally everything. We went ahead and put that link over in the chat. You can now purchase just about anything you'd like over there. There's magnets.
We have a shirt, a whole line of stuff for the PJ Campbell Network itself with that beautiful illustration of Kirk. Yes. We have Suddenly soundtracks. We have Front Center Mezzanine. We have our dope new watch-alongs logo on anything you can imagine. And, of course, my personal favorite, the Scary Movie Squad logo.
It's so good.
An incredible logo. You can get it on a magnet. You can get it on a mug. You can get it on a pillow. You can get it on a phone case. And all of these items are also available on face masks.
Yes.
So if you want to protect yourself from the Rona while looking dope with our logos, get yourself a mask from our TeePublic shop.
So I am so beyond thrilled that we actually have this up and running now. Please head over onto the great TeePublic site. As I said, it is in the YouTube chat right now.
And we'll be posting the link on our social medias after the stream is done. So check out Twitter and Facebook for that as well. We appreciate all of your support.
And Max, I see the Youth Critic's latest comment, and I feel like I can't in good conscience read this out in its proper
merchandising.
There it is. That very Mel Brooks of you. But look, I mean, I'd be remiss also to say that, like, for me, the fact that Kirk gets to live on already as like the logo of our channel has always been the best thing ever. But now that I get to see Kirk like on people's t-shirts walking around the world and stuff is something that means a lot to me. So even like, just know, you guys, that if you're buying those shirts with Kirk for the logo of the channel, like, it really hits me in the heart in like all the right ways. And it means the world that my buddy, who was gone way, way too soon, gets to live on. And for me, it's a big deal. And I don't want to start crying before we watch this movie. But God damn it.
We got room to go.
We got room to go. Thank you guys again for all your support. Without you guys, you couldn't do this. And, of course, when you do buy the merchandising on TeePublic, it does help us with the channel as well. So feel free to buy any of that merchandising, and I just love it. I love Tim Franco's comment, PJ Campbell Network, the flamethrower, coming soon.
And if you do buy any of it, please send us pictures of you wearing it.
I want to post them.
Yeah, we'd love to share those on our shows. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, 1,000%. We will share every picture, everything you guys get, any merchandising. Dude, there's stickers. Put them on your laptops if you're in college and like show them off. Like, this helps the channel grow, because it's also cool to people be like, that's a great logo. What is that? Well, you know that there's a YouTube channel. If you like movies, you should check it out.
I know we really started doing this sort of out of quarantine funk, but I really think that this is growing into something that's going to be around for a long time to come.
Yeah,
we want to be here with you guys. We have some exciting new shows that we're talking about putting together for you. This is an all-in thing for, I think, all of us. So
yeah, I mean, I always said, and like, I will never take this compliment lightly from one Mr. Mark Ellis, but when I had been telling him what we had been doing, and when he came on Young Guns 2, one of the things he said to me after was that he felt like this was one of the most successful successors to Schmoes Know that he could remember, because he felt that same vibe and the same feel of just a bunch of friends who liked watching movies together and talking about movies together. That was the vibe I wanted. I wanted to go back to the old days of that feel. And so thank
PJ,
you guys.
You're going to make me cry. Like,
yeah.
we haven't even started the movie yet.
I'm sorry.
This is beautiful. No.
It's a short movie, so I don't mind vamping a little bit, but to like take that point, like, and I don't want to insult anyone, I don't want to call anyone out, but I think it's no secret that so much of the cinematic discourse on YouTube, on Twitter, on these other places tends to skew negative, right?
Yeah.
You have all these things that I'm not going to name, you know what I'm talking about, where they tear apart movies, where they make jokes. And yes, there's plenty of bad stuff out there, but I think what's so great about this channel and why I'm so proud to be a part of it is that we peddle in positivity and optimism. There's a space for that other stuff, and that's just not what we want to be. And so with the team we have, and also, you know, all you guys who keep coming back for all our shows, it's really made a big difference in my life over these past few months. It really has.
It really has for me as well, man.
And yeah, but I have to speak now. Like, can't
Yes.
just have the two of you take platforms and just give your soliloquies, and I'm over here just being like, it's great.
You're the
No,
one who interrupted. It was a soliloquy. That's rude.
I'm sorry. I'm
Goddamn
not,
right.
I'm not used to the
Goddamn
theater
right.
etiquette.
Quoting Beetlejuice the musical.
In reiterating everything the two of you just said, like, this is such a positive space. And like, PJ, you and I have talked about, podcasting for the longest time before we sat down and like really like cracked ground on the PJ Campbell show. And then that went on and then like became its own like fun thing. And then quarantine happened and, you went off to Arizona and we were all here and we thought, things will come together when they need to. And it really feels like this time and everything that the energy everyone has put in. And just for someone like me that, isn't too used to kind of this space, like to just be in this environment where it feels like I'm just talking to friends, where it just feels like that we're just kind of sharing the passion and we're all kind of like evolving with each other. It really is, I think, the perfect encapsulation of what I needed right now. And the fact that it keeps going and it's something I can look forward to, like, that's special. And to see we have people that also get that little, button of positivity, like in our little sect of the world, in our little sect of the internet, like it really does touch me in a way when, I'm just this small part of this whole thing, but I see that people look forward to this and we add a little bit of that positivity. And we're not getting emotional yet,
but we are at the same time. And like,
Well.
before we start this, because it is a short movie, so vamping with it a little bit, it's kind of a thing we do. But I just want to say, you guys, like, again, you could be watching literally any other network, and yet week in and week out, this is our 38th watch along since March, since quarantine started. And you guys keep coming back. You keep saying, we want to watch these movies with you guys. We want to hear you talk about Broadway on Front Center Mezzanine. We want to, come hang out on a family game night. That is the reason we keep coming back, because we like the positivity. We want to have the fun with you guys that we're hoping that we're putting out into the world, like the way that we have always wanted it. Because to Max's and Hogue's point, like, there's a lot of negativity in the world. We didn't want to be that. We wanted to be a beacon of hope that celebrates a lot of stuff. Where else are you going to find people watching the Rugrats movie together on YouTube?
Not on. I was going to say at daycare, maybe.
Yeah. So I mean, look, from myself and
we are
everyone here,
the daycare of movie online discourse.
That's true.
Yeah.
But we do love you guys. And again, we love that you're passionate about coming back and watching these movies with us. And as Tim said, we stand the Postman and all the garbage.
And
so with that,
PJ, do we have a Streamlabs?
we do have a Streamlabs. I will have to go check the Streamlabs. I hadn't even looked yet. Let me do that before we start. But look at that. Michael K. Looking forward to the announcement. He had sent that in before we had made it. Now, I hope he enjoyed the announcement. I hope that, thank you, Tim, or thank you, Mike, number one, for that wonderful donation. But also, I hope that you enjoyed the announcement. I hope you're excited about the merchandising. Merchandising. I love Spaceballs. So with that, I think it's about time to watch Rugrats Movie. What do you guys say?
Yeah.
I am pumped.
I am pumped to go back to
I'm
1998.
legitimately excited.
I am too. So with that, everyone, I'm going to count down from 5. As soon as I say
I
go.
have one quick question before we start. When is the last time you watched a movie that was rated at G?
like
Maybe
that was
the
a
Toy Story
watch-along.
movies.
I thought the Toy Stories were PG.
What was that?
I think
Babe.
the first one is G at least.
Maybe. Anyway,
I watched Babe and Babe Pig in the City for the first time. Like, I saw Babe long ago, but I watched both of those a few weeks ago. Those are good movies, guys.
Yeah, George
Yeah.
Those are
George Miller.
is one versatile MFer.
So with that, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Man, this is,
Reptar. Oh, this logo.
I'd be, I'd like to say I'd like to get more Rugrats questions into the Schmodown, so we'll see what happens.
It's just, and it's, I pulling it up on Netflix and seeing, Rugrats Go to Paris and Rugrats, the
my God,
Wild
I forgot about
Thornberrys
this.
movie. Like,
This
these
gold
Nickelodeon
logo.
movies had such a place in my childhood that
I know, man.
I'm legitimately concerned.
Nicktoons is one of the things I'm most nostalgic for?
Oh my god, I forgot it opened like this.
This is
Guys,
The song.
I'm so happy.
Chucky. And just the
I
animation
just-
is still like I've never seen anything like it still.
Well, that's the
I
great
know.
thing about hand-drawn animation. It can be drawn in the 1930s. It can be drawn in 1998. It can
I'm
be,
getting chills, you guys.
and it's perfect.
Oh,
Oh,
so happy.
Pardon my language. They just did that.
Also, I got to shout out Kale. Patrick, I can't express how much your channel and how you have expanded your channel has truly been inspiring and hopeful. Thank you, man. I'm glad.
thanks,
If
Kale.
we can do that for anyone, then we've done our job.
Kale on the Incredibles 2 watch along. That was
Yeah, Kale being on Incredibles 2 was fantastic. Everyone follow Kale on Twitter.
he's a good guy.
Oh, man. I forgot that this had the Indiana Jones
Indiana
opening.
Jones, yep.
Oh,
Oh, I just hear their voices. I'm a
my
25
God,
year old.
this animation is so clear.
Yeah, it looks great. It really looks great.
Remember
I
All
mean-
Grown Up?
Yeah.
That was a little after my time. I've seen some of it.
Yeah. It was still in the prime of like my version of the Avengers of like they're
Yeah.
adults now, which means 10-year-olds. Oh, they just play the
Used
music.
Indiana mu- Wow. Well, it was Paramount, remember?
Paramount.
True. That's a baller move.
They like oh, the dialogue's so good.
Chucky Finster, OG.
Mike K said, "I miss Christine Cavanaugh." I did too. I do too. Is everyone else as nostalgic as I am in the chat? Like, how is my God?
This one I did not watch as much as Rugrats in Paris or as the Rugrats Go Wild, but
I'm having like
I did see it.
very, very intense flashbacks now to going to the Nick
Me
Studios
too.
they had at Universal Studios before that shut down. And I like that when you, like I said, with that thing I won, like when you go to Universal and Islands of Adventure, there's still some Nickelodeon presence to a point.
Mhm.
Oh,
It's-
man.
Always that thing of moving out to LA and the Nickelodeon office is in Burbank and you just drive
Yeah.
past it.
A
Yeah.
lot out there, yeah.
He has
Man,
claws.
Curtis is saying it too. Yep.
Tommy
All
ain't
that
giving up on
nostalgia.
his friends.
That voice, these voices.
Her stomach is the ball. And Rugrats always captured this perspective
I
at
love
baby's level.
Perspective shot, yeah.
so
We
good.
would.
That was a trailer shot. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to go back and watch the marketing, but I feel like that was sold in the trailers.
The like fitness friend. Oh my god!
Trying to think
guys.
I'm trying to think of other movies that came out that were TV show based movies that happened in the middle of the show's run where something substantial enough happened in the movie that it impacted later seasons of the show.
Every character that like shows up, I'm just getting like waves of like flashbacks, like PTSD, but in the good way of like I remember all these people and like I remember my emotional state. This is
incredible.
just the fact that they named their next baby Dill. I was like,
Boris,
the balls on this
Guitarist.
show.
They're so
Oh,
Jewish.
Recess.
Recess.
Mm.
That's a good one. I've been wanting to rewatch it. It's all on D+.
Yeah. I love
They will
chocolate
choke.
coins.
PJ, I'd like to pitch the next triple feature after Bill and Ted, and that is
Ooh.
the 3-part Jimmy Timmy Power Hour.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
Because that was my Avengers before Avengers was Avengers, and
I get it.
I will also do a stream where I watch the entirety of Danny Phantom with anybody that'll join me.
I mean, look, man. We also have to do Gravity Falls eventually.
Over the
I'll
garden
say
wall
this.
as well.
Yeah, I'll say this to the chat too. I know that we always do movie watch alongs, but there talk about us expanding out some of our watch along stuff for some one-offs. One in particular that I'm actually really excited about, and I guess I'll just kind of say it, is we're talking about doing our favorite SNL sketches, creating a playlist on YouTube, and all of us watching them together. It's something that
Be down with
Hogue,
that.
Maxwell, and I had been talking about.
I
So
would love to do that. I already have so many sketches I'd want to put in there.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm all out of cash.
Oh man, I'm all out of cash.
More like cash.
Don't say it like a pervert.
I mean, more cowbell. I'll do a better Christopher Walken on that one, but
I feel like the
It gets
designs
on
of
there.
these characters are so iconic.
They were.
and I love like the adults are neurotic, like too, as these babies are having adventures. Like you look at as I grow up and I look at them, like, oh, that's probably what middle-age parenthood feels like. It's just in your garage welding, and you're like just going crazy as your babies are on adventures.
And like, I know I keep saying this, but like, as a Jew, like the way the adults in particular behave is so resonant to the anxiety and neuroticism and sort of yip yapping that I'm familiar with. It's just like such a.
This is a random thing that I don't know the answer to. You might. Were the creators of this Jewish?
I don't know. I can look it up.
Yeah, I'd be curious because I mean,
I have to imagine so.
Max, I gotta be honest, like as a kid, like didn't even know what like the color yellow was. Like so like didn't even think of what like Judaism was or anything. Watching it now and then seeing like the grandpa walk across like, kids, would you like to grab the coins? I was like, oh man, I'm an adult now. I get these things.
Arlene Klasky is Jewish, and then she married Gabor Kasupo,
Okay,
who is also Jewish from Hungary. So yes, they are.
that's awesome.
Wow.
And it was created by a couple who are married.
Right.
So yes, they are.
Are
Hey,
they are they working on the reboot? I wonder because they're talking about bringing the show back.
No.
There's nothing funnier than a slightly singed shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and
God,
then
I
the
love hearing
twins.
I
They're returning as executive producers for the revival.
love it.
Wait, this is for Dill, this room, and they just can't decide between
They wrote
boy or
for,
girl.
They wrote for seasons 1 through 3 of The Simpsons before launching Rugrats.
That actually checks out in a big bad way to me.
The guy Gabor also was involved in Ah Real Monsters, which is one of my favorites.
All Real Monsters was another Nicktoon classic.
Yeah, they also created the Wild Thornberries, which makes sense, and they created Rocket Power.
Yep.
Woogity, woogity, woogity.
So
I
The
love
dog!
Power.
Oh my
Spike.
god.
And I don't want to spoil it for anyone because I guarantee you at this point we watch all 3 of these over the next couple of weeks. Bruce Willis is the voice of Spike in the Wild Thornberries Meet the Rugrats movie. Is iconic.
Is that true?
This is live, Ferris.
We
This
are
is
live.
Did either of you watch Martin Mystery at all?
I don't know what that is, honestly.
No one knows what Martin Mystery is. It's like, do you remember
Canadian?
Spy
Canadian?
Girls?
Are these
I don't-
Canadian shows?
Oh, no, Totally Spies. Do you know Totally Spies?
Yes, I know Totally Spies. I do know
It's
Totally
the same creators of Totally Spies. They did like their own version of like adult Ben 10, or like it was more like
Okay.
Scooby Doo,
it's
but like a little older.
Martin Mystery was a French-Canadian show, which is why I don't know what it is.
It
I
doesn't
don't know
happen often, but every now and again I name something and they're like, guys, you ever seen Sideways? And they're like, what are you talking about?
It aired in Canada, France, Italy, and Europe, except for Poland, but it never aired in the U.S. So,
I don't know why because I watched a lot of it
well, you grew up in Canada, didn't you?
for like 6 years, and then I
No,
moved
that's-
out.
It's enough.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, this is a jam.
I used to have the
Angelic-
soundtrack to this movie that I played a lot. I think I had an orange cassette tape.
I did too. This
I think-
and the Disney Afternoon were like some of the big jams back in my day as far as cassette tapes were concerned. I know, Ferris, but we always tried to shout you out after the fact, I promise. I made sure to shout you out on the next stream if you did donate. Also, Ferris, Clone High was Canadian, and that show is still brilliant, and I can't believe it's coming back. I know.
Look at the grandpa with his accordion.
Patty says, I have my sibs watching this movie too. This is my little bro's first experience with anything Rugrats.
Aw.
That is the best thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, that makes me really happy that this is a platform to introduce it to other people.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh my
I
God.
did watch All Grown Up.
Why are they playing in the trash like that?
I was
I
about
mean,
to say,
dude-
how these kids aren't dead?
I always had wished that they did a Rugrats and Doug crossover.
Me too.
Never watched
But
Doug.
You never
Wish I
watched
did.
Doug?
Oh, I love Doug. And
Nah,
when I
it was
say I
wonderful.
love Doug, I loved when it was on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
I think when it switched to Disney, it was still okay, but not the same show.
I thought the movie itself was the best thing that Disney did as far as Doug was concerned, but yeah, it never was the same after the transition. Dude,
That's such a great gag.
that's so good. Do arrive delay.
The worst thing Disney did with Doug was the stage show they had at what was then known as MGM.
Mm-hmm.
Awful. Horrifying.
You know, I actually saw the live
Grandpa.
Rugrats.
What type of
touring
a birthing
show
room
back
is
in the day.
this? What type of a birthing room is this?
Hey Arnold was my shit too, dude. I loved it.
Oh.
Yeah, and then there's that. What the hell is happening right now?
Yeah, Hey Arnold was awesome.
I gotta be honest, like, you don't see enough like shows or movies take advantage of like, yeah, like prop birthing of like what's a good like kind of themed birth we could do with this.
I'd like to get
Like that's a
my
good
baby.
joke. I feel like more movies should do that.
I'd like to have my baby in the Inception hallway room. Hold on tight.
Ah! 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 Or like, I really like Jaws. Can we recreate that experience, but with my birthing of my child?
Ferris wants you to know that he loves your shirt, Maxwell.
Oh, thank you, Ferris.
I forgot Tommy just has a bunch of stuff in his diaper and he pulls it
Yeah.
out.
Man, they really went. I'm gonna say it again. Like this, taking the jump from television to movies, the stark contrast in the animation style, in the fact that it's so much cleaner. Like it's still obviously the Rugrats, but it's a big budget
It
version.
looks good. It
Yeah.
looks like still like, yeah, this is a style that like really like ages well.
Because the reason I say that is because like the DuckTales movie, as much as I like it, which we did a watch long to, looks and feels like DuckTales still. Like it doesn't feel
Mhm.
as big as say this does. I forgot this.
I forgot this was-
yesterday. This was the world. I miss my old womb. Wow, I can't believe I remember all this. Oh,
That baby had an earring.
yeah.
And he needed a
bet-
change.
This is
not-
unsettling as an adult. In a great way. But it's like,
This is a. This is way different than I remember, you guys.
yeah, I don't remember it being this visceral in like content.
What is the
It's like-
Rugrats theory, Curtis?
Oh my Jesus. It's like, and like thinking about the
Harder,
art
thank you.
style. Like I never really jive with something like Ren and Stimpy or like Cow and Chicken.
would
Like
like-
if it felt like those kind of art styles and those like tones were trying to be a bit edgier, and it's like that worked for like the audience they were going for. But Rugrats felt like it was halfway in between like younger like kids and then Ren and Stimpy, and it's like we're gonna do weird stuff. It's gonna be a little gritty looking and feel kind of textured.
Oh
in
my
a lot
god,
of
they're
ways.
all peeing.
They're
Oh.
urinating.
It's a
But
urine
it's like-
fountain. And a rainbow.
Like
This is-
I got to
this
shout
is
out
like-
Ferris real quick, who just made a donation to our Streamlabs account. Thank you so much, Ferris. We appreciate your support as always.
Thank you so much.
Ferris, not
There's
Paris.
something very there's
Rugrats go to
like
Paris.
looking back. Rugrats go to Ferris. Looking back now, there is a surreal element to Rugrats that I didn't identify when I was a kid.
But it almost works of like
Yeah.
when you're a kid.
Oh my! This scene
It-
is wild.
Yes, it
It's
is.
just like this seemed normal as a kid because the world was this like wacky and weird. Now as an
Right to the
adult, when I have to like
That was
Like,
wild.
That
as an
was-
adult, you have to like pay. Like you have to pay taxes and like go to a job, but as a kid, you're like it could be anything. So it's like this is normal, and then you go back and you're like, is that how I saw the world?
I mean, I kind of still want to think that we all see the world this way. It's special.
Oh, look at those ears.
Oh, Dill Pickles, everybody.
It looks-
Everybody say hi to Dill.
Again, the balls to call him Dill Pickles. Stu, what a handsome man.
I love how they always draw on his stubble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dylan makes sense. Okay. Dylan
The
is short
fact
for Dylan.
that they
Okay.
decided to take this big like reveal and make it a big screen treatment just is amazing.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I was.
That's what you're kind of referring to earlier.
Yeah.
My anxiety just like rose. Having now lived through 3 nieces
4
who
weeks
were, like,
later.
have all been babies, and like hearing crying,
Yeah.
I sympathize right now with the parents more than the babies.
You know what's real interesting now, knowing that the people who worked on this also worked on The Simpsons? The houses in both are very similar.
Very similar.
There's a very similar design between what The Simpsons house is and feel kind of is in the same way that there is here, and I find that fascinating.
It's also kind of the same vibe that the Rick and Morty house has too.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, Rick and Morty's kind of a flashback to all of these, right? Like in a big bad way. Like, I love it.
No, but that Simpsons comparison to the house, I've never noticed that, but it really like even just in like the color scheme.
Yeah. I just find it very fascinating. So I'm thinking about it now while we're watching it. I'm enjoying this, you guys. Wow.
Angelica, calm down.
Yeah. Grandpa kind of always reminded me of my grandpa. I'm not going to lie, guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Has that vibe?
Yeah, it has that vibe.
Igor, you will stay and watch the Russian monkeys.
Monkeys watch you.
I always remember this looking so like anything cartoon food as a kid looked like the best version of any food.
Yeah.
And just like,
yep.
What is that brown stuff?
Stole the train.
Sure, well, you didn't have to knock over the tables. It is.
But Pardis said that the Fairly Odd Parents Channel Chases movie did have a mini crossover type thing with the Rugrats.
Is that true?
I don't know. Pardis.
How do I not know that?
Liz, who drops off their kids at someone's house who just had a baby. I don't know, but you see this train accident happening. It's awesome.
That's a good point. It is kind of like crazy that the transition they made to this was like the commercial for the circus was playing at their house.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna see the circus completely derail. Like that's a logical transition, I guess. It does, wow. Yeah. Very much so.
Does. Sorry,
I never noticed that.
I never did either.
Albert Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably a Harry Potter reference.
This was 98, so
first one got 97, so it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
See, and then this drama of like being the older sibling with a new baby, Stu. See, it's like, those jokes always get me. It's like they're easy, but man, am I a sucker for them. Just like, yeah, make the adult suck on the pacifier. That'll make him feel better.
I love that he leaves one of the slippers behind. That's how tired he is. Mike. Hey, look, the wizard is just grandpa with a white beard.
It's true, I noticed that.
You save on character design.
Not wrong.
Or that's intentional because that's how Tommy sees it in his mind.
Stu looks like me after a long week of Schmodown matches.
Still looks like I did on Friday night when I had to take Oswald to the emergency vet.
And Hogue looks like Tommy just following us around with a book.
I was about to say, yeah, I'm just Tommy.
Tommy?
Guys.
I feel bad for Tommy.
I know, I do too. Elizabeth just said poor Tommy in the chat.
Pay attention to me, guys. Oh,
Poor
poor
Tommy.
Stu.
See, this is why I cried when I was little, you guys. I felt bad for Tommy Pickles.
This is not the part when I cried, but like I said,
It was like the beginning of setting me up for emotional devastation
this
later.
is the first movie I can actually remember crying watching in a theater.
Yeah.
It may have happened before, but
See, I feel a little safe because. Oh, okay. Hold on. This might be too soon to like say anything.
oh no.
But I remember
Tommy's-
the scene in the Rugrats Go Wild where, like, I think it's Angelica who's lost in the woods. One of the Rugrats is lost in the woods. Oh,
Guys, I wanted to watch
that
a
would
happy
make
movie
me cry.
Requiem for a Dream. This is devastating.
This is the child's version of Requiem for a Dream. Yet you're not wrong.
I think we need to call Guinness
Sorry.
because I think that's the first time anyone has compared the Rugrats movie to Requiem for a Dream. Congratulations, guys! You won a world record.
Utterly devastating stuff happening right now.
Oh,
You know, I think I'm gonna have to turn this off, you guys.
This is like raw family trauma.
what is the most intense movie we've watched? Looper? Like, is that?
Cloverfield, but you guys weren't there for that.
Yeah, I miss Cloverfield. Damn you!
Oh,
Sean.
right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh, wait. Cloverfield, 10 Cloverfield Lane, though. That's also pretty.
Well, I missed
Intense.
half of that.
Oh, why? Not to make light of a serious situation, and Rugrats is on, guys. What a great movie. We love this, and Max, your shirt is great.
Thank you. Reptar.
Raptor!
Reptar.
So, it's Lillian and what's
Philip.
the boy's name?
Philip.
Phil and Lil. That's right. It's like Dill. I love how like messy they all are.
How can he talk already? Oh yeah, it's a fantasy world of babies who talk.
Da babies.
Correct.
He's still working on that Reptar toy?
It's done.
Didn't it shoot fire and they were concerned about the lives of their children? Squawking. Angelica, grow up. I saw a little like film like scratch. Like this is an old movie. It's like actually has like processing on it.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, it feels so good. Bro.
Yeah, they're brothers.
Oh. Right.
As in,
I
like,
forgot.
brothers.
As in, like Angelica and Tommy are cousins.
I remember there being a connection, but I didn't. So I'm relearning.
That's why they were arguing at the beginning.
They're gonna rip. I feel so much anxiety for this bear.
Poor Tommy.
I really
I've
feel
been
so
there.
bad for Tommy.
I really do too. Dill's kind of an asshole, you guys.
I mean, he's a baby, but
I'm just saying.
he's spoiled.
He hit them with rattle.
As somebody who's spent a lot of time with babies recently, man, is it tough to be like, I don't want you to cry, but it's like you need to learn to be like a good person, but that's a longer, harder lesson for you to learn.
Yeah.
Like, I sympathize because it ain't easy raising a kid, and I don't raise a kid, so I have no stake in
Say
it.
4 weeks later, so he's like 4 weeks and 3 days old.
Yeah.
But he's talking.
Yep. Mike says one of the things I remember about this is it was one of the first to come out on DVD. That was true. And then Pardis, also true, was that he remembered the VHS was orange, and that
Yes,
is
it was.
a massive fact.
As most, if not all, Nickelodeon VHSs were at the time.
Guys, you remember like plastic clamshells that like felt like squishy?
Patty, are you reliving nightmares right now through this? I have to ask. Are you okay? Just, blink twice as long as you're all right. But every older sibling's worst nightmare is being left behind, speaking as the eldest.
Oh, packing peanuts.
Yeah.
I have such a bad story with those.
Hopsicle.
This is the dream role of a voice actor to have, of like, just act like a kid and just say like monies and like, you know,
Yeah.
this fun, like goofy, like
They are baby napping.
These babies are kidnapping the other baby.
The slightly younger baby.
what is
I love that they pointed on Lillian. Hopsicle.
they're the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out what other group are they like, and it's like Tommy's Leonardo. Chucky is not Raphael and not Michelangelo.
Shirley
Yep.
Lock Holmes. I didn't ever realize that until now. It's clever. They were ahead of their time in making sure representation actually mattered in the Rugrats universe.
Angelica, you doofus.
Pinky.
And, you know, speaking of merchandise, guys, just remember, you know, we got a TeePublic store now. Look at those designs.
I ordered mine.
I ordered some too. I can't lie to you guys. I'm excited to wear some of our own.
I'm gonna wear it on the stream. Like,
Me
no
too, as soon
question.
as it gets here.
Ugh. Remember when you used to judge like time in between commercials? Like,
I
that's
still
the
do.
amount of time you had to do things.
I still
Yeah.
do sometimes. Because
Fair.
I'm old.
Elizabeth, why is the goat still in the house? Why is the goat not in the house?
Oh my god, this is
Hopsicle.
Also, Angelica could be called Rachel. I don't want to go. It's names are names.
they always leave him with Grandpa, and Grandpa falls asleep.
Yeah, that's a that's a lesson that probably should be learned sooner than later. How long did Rugrats run for?
It's a good question. I really don't remember.
I'm gonna do some Googling. Hold on. We'll do research. Rugrats premiered, oh my gosh, August 11th, 1991,
Yep.
with the last episode airing May 22nd, 1994.
No, that can't
It
be
was-
right.
I mean, it was probably in syndication forever after that.
Oh,
No, but
sorry. No, it said initially halted.
Oh, okay. So then it must have come back.
Yeah, because the movie was in '98, and there was episodes after with Dill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all grown up. Pardis says 91 to 2004.
Yeah, that sounds more right. I mean, they made 172 episodes.
Treehouse and
I'm looking for it.
Dollhouse.
I'm trying to
That was
find
also a
the
trailer
episode.
moment.
Yeah, on Wikipedia, the last season was 2002 to
Yeah.
2004.
How long was all grown up on? Out
Not
of
long.
curiosity. I was going to say not too long.
They made 55 episodes,
2003 to, which isn't bad.
5 seasons.
It's
That's more
not
than I
nothing
thought.
to shake a leg. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more than I thought.
I do remember it being like that first example of, okay, I thought I wanted this. It's good. I enjoy it. Maybe it would have been better to let things lie, let them be where they are, but I'm glad it exists.
Mike's right. Before SpongeBob, this was Nick's flagship show. No doubt about it.
I think Doug was up there too, probably.
Doug moved to Disney.
Right. And Hey Arnold was really popular too.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah,
we gotta
but-
give love to the Angry Beavers because Angry Beavers rocked.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love Angry Beavers and All Real Monsters.
but it is like, you look at the movie barometer. SpongeBob got 3 movies. Rugrats got 3 movies. Like,
Hey Arnold
it
got
really-
2.
Hey Arnold got 2. The Hey Arnold movie, that's got to be on the list at some point.
Yeah.
That's
Well, and did you see the second one came out last year was the Jungle movie where they
And-
finally gave the show an ending, or 2
I
years last year?
saw that was coming out. I never
It's
watched
great.
it.
It's great.
The Jimmy Neutron movie
Well, that
is-
launched the show.
It was in
Yeah.
reverse. The Jimmy Neutron movie was the pilot. Listen to
Which-
this song, by the way.
No, the Jimmy Neutron movie is incredible. The show is also incredible.
Yeah.
Danny Phantom had some great specials, and I'm telling you, the Jimmy Timmy Power Hours,
I don't really know what that is.
I really loved Fairly Odd Parents.
Jimmy Neutron crossed over with Fairly Odd Parents,
Yeah.
and different like Nickelodeon specials of like, all right, kids, tune in this Friday night, and it's happening. And it was like Jimmy goes into Timmy's world, Timmy goes into Jimmy's world, and they change art styles and like some characters crossovers.
I think it was a little past my time.
I
But
watched
man,
Fairly Odd Parents was just so well written that even past my time, I kept
Yeah, I've
watching
seen
it.
Fairly Odd Parents, but I've never seen the crossovers, and I didn't watch that much Jimmy Neutron beyond the
Got it.
movie.
I actually
It-
quite. Oh, sorry, Hogue. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I was gonna say I actually went back to Fairly Odd Parents for those live action ones they did too.
Yeah, the Drake Bell, like
They were. The one had Jason
I-
Alexander.
I remember watching one thinking they're doing this better than they should. Like
Yeah.
this is actually a pretty faithful live action adaptation.
Yep.
What was the because I remember playing Breaking the Rules, the Fairly Odd Parents game, where you play as Timmy, and I remember there was a Fairly Odd Parents movie where like he wishes he never been born, and it's a whole
Yep.
like
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a
too.
Wonderful Life, and I remember that being like a pretty big event for that show. Okay, I looked away for like 2 minutes. They were in a mattress truck that crashed into the woods. Chaos ensued, and Angelica's Sherlock Holmes. I'm confused, but I'm excited. A jar of
Murder.
bananas.
Mike said, before I learned that Butch Hartman is kind of an asshole, I was a huge fan of all of his shows, particularly Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom.
What did Butch do?
Best decision they made for live action movies was casting the actor. Yep, I agree.
Dinkelberg.
I know that Butch Hartman's like not very much a very good dude, but I've also learned very, very hard over years of the fact that I'm a fan of Mel Gibson's movies and stuff that I've had to learn to separate art from artist as hard as it is. It's not always possible, and not everyone can do it.
Yeah. It's
And that's
definitely
okay.
I get for people
Yeah.
who can't get past it. I have that discussion with myself sometimes, but man, people make movies, people make content that you
how
enjoy.
much of a media circus the Lost Kids become.
I know, which is so accurate to real life and how
Yeah.
we see that kind of situation. I just realized this is Gone Girl before Gone Girl.
Who's the Rosamund Pike of this story, PJ?
Angelica.
Yeah.
Definitely Angelica.
What's her scene with Neil Patrick Harris in the bed?
I don't know,
Where let's find as many comparisons as we can get with Gone Girl. There is a naked baby on
There
screen,
is a
guys.
lot of baby urine in this film. A lot.
Oh, dude. Yeah, Double Dare was the best. I love
Oh
Double
my
Dare.
god! Remember
And
the Amanda Show?
Remember Guts?
Yep, Guts.
I always wanted to climb the aggro crag so bad.
I always wanted to be on Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh my god. I used to joke / lie that I was, but I didn't make it past the first round.
Yeah.
Those were a bit before my time.
Oh, you're a baby.
I know I'm a kid, but I learned about Legends of the Hidden Temple, and I was like, "Oh, what is that?" And they're like, "It's a Nickelodeon show." I'm like, "No, I know Nickelodeon." You don't-
is yours and yours alone.
Did any of you watch that Legends of the Hidden Temple movie that they did 2 years ago? I think
I
3
heard
years
about
ago?
it. No,
It was
I watched
actually
it.
kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Fogg in it?
Huh?
Was Kirk Fogg in it?
Yeah, he is. It's I give it a recommendation if you've never seen it.
They're using the pocket watch as a compass. That's so cute.
It's his sponsitivity.
Guys, if we watch the Thornberrys go wild or the Rugrats go wild, I'm telling you.
Hogue, I already said it. We're doing all three.
I know that, and the moment when the dogs in Rugrats in Paris, and it plays "Who Let the Dogs Out." it will not be a good look for me, but man, am I gonna like express every emotion I can.
Shirley Lock Holmes.
I like how she has the mustache. Spike. That's the name, right?
He's a good boy.
Great movie. All Dogs Go to Heaven. Also, Brave Little Toaster. Like, I remember that bit. Was that a Nickelodeon movie?
No, that's a Pixar movie.
Really?
Yep.
That's good reporting right there. That's how you really get to the bottom of a case. I like how this news reporter shaped his hair to work with the shape of his skull. Like, his skull is protruding further than it should. Like, it looks like a xenomorph.
Yep.
Gosh. This is like, all these character designs look like they would be in a Adult Swim show. Like, it doesn't feel like it would be on Nickelodeon anymore. But it's textured.
Indicating a yard sale or a family tragedy. That's funny. Oh my god, look how red he turns.
This, you know, I'll give you this. This is pretty Gun Girlish. Of
Too
like,
sour.
Told you.
Two sour
the-
pickles.
Amelia.
Is that Tim Curry?
It doesn't. I don't think so.
I could see it being him, though.
Let me look it up. Now I'm curious. PJ, how would you feel about David
That is-
Fincher watch along?
that is
Because
Tim
that would
Curry.
be. That is Tim
Grandpa.
Curry.
That is Tim Curry.
Tim Curry did a lot of voice work in his career, so I'm not shocked. That was a great pool, by the way, Max.
Hold on. I'm looking up the full cast. I
Hardest-
believe you.
Thornberry's technically had two because of the crossover with Rugrats on top of their actual own movie.
Tim Curry. Also, Whoopi Goldberg is in this. David Spade.
Spade.
It's pronounced David Spade.
David Spade.
I refuse. I reject your hypothesis.
Well, that's not very nice.
No, I'm an artist. I'm allowed to say that. I love babies having existential crisis.
I know.
It's just like they're babies.
Scary.
They're in the wilderness.
The binky being used to be an identifying marker is perfect.
Can you identify this binky? Oh goodness.
Like these babies, if they survive every situation they find themselves in, should be the most well-equipped adults, like in the history of adults,
Or
they've dealt with
they'll just have
traumatized.
serious psychological trauma and will be dealing with that for years.
True.
There's a lot of
Lost
naked
his paper.
babying going on in this movie.
Look at that tushy.
But it is, you know, like that's part of like having a baby is that you just kind of have to get used to like, all right, you're naked.
Apparently, in a G-rated movie, you could see baby butt.
Baby butt is A-OK by the ESRB of movies.
That's called the MPAA.
Yeah, that
It's
one.
so jacked up to me that Lil and Phil are literally just being like, we just need to get rid of Dill altogether.
They're so evil.
I know.
Just push them off the cliff. They are thinking practically. I'll give them that. You know, it would be considerably less problems if they didn't have Dill. And it would just take one push.
That's the worst thing I've heard all day. That's horrible. I'm so
It's
offended.
It's 8 o'clock at night.
No, it's 11.
Oh. There's still time.
Did they
There's
just
still
call
time.
God Bob.
it is also just such a brilliant kind of writing device to give yourself that you can have baby speak that represents like what you just said, PJ, of like, did they just say God? But it's like, if you say it like mom, you know, we're not talking about God, but you really are.
It just makes me laugh.
A pretty good wolf impression, Tommy. Yeah, that's right, Phil. Yeah, you got it.
I do not want to know.
I just like these babies are dealing with the presence of wolves better than I ever would.
Well, they have a car. It's a car chase.
Yeah, I just lay down and let it take me.
No.
I'm like, you know what? I've seen The Edge.
This is very exciting. A very Bambi-esque animation.
That's hilarious.
That's amazing.
Their eyes being like...
That kind of reminded me of like when Lilo and Stitch had those trailers where
That's David Spade.
And that's Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah. They even kind of look like each... That
yeah,
looks
they
like
do.
It doesn't look like Whoopi so much, but that looks like David Spade.
It looks... The dreadlocks especially. Like...
Wolverines!
Man, this was such at a peak of their careers.
Was that it? David Spade.
Was that her entire...
Oh my god! Oh my
this
god!
This is a great action beat. But I'm getting anxiety.
It really, you know, the opening being Indiana Jones does kind of tease like, okay, they're gonna go on kind of that adventure.
The adventure of your life with babies.
This is 100%. They were like, guys, we got a theatrical movie for the Rugrats. Let's take it all the way to this like insane limit of what we can do.
Like, there's got to be rules against child endangerment now. Like in all these, like if you make a show, you can't have the babies with the possibility of death, and it's like,
thank
goodness. Already seen.
Thank goodness.
Sure. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about, you know, restricting content because I want to see these babies get threatened by wolves, piranhas, David Spade.
Yep. I had never realized he was in this until today.
It is. It's weird, like, being an adult now and hearing these voices, and it's like, okay, yeah, they just got both of them to be in the studio for, like, an hour.
Well,
and just said some line.
Paramount worked with Spade on Tommy Boy and Black Sheep, you know, and I think he's in the first Brady Bunch movie. So he had done a ton of things for them around that time. He may have been contracted.
But it is totally like a marketing move of like, come see the Rugrats movie where we have David Spade. And like, as a kid, I was probably like, oh, that Ranger is such a scared character. I'm now like, oh, they were like, David Spade, just like act scared. He was like, whoa, yo, dragon.
David Spade is a badass though.
I don't know if I'll go that far.
Sir, have you seen Tommy Boy? Tommy Boy.
I have seen Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy is really good.
Well, it was really nice having you here.
No.
I have nothing to do with that.
I'm supposed to miss them singing the pirate.
Hogue, you want to see something really fun?
Yeah. Yeah!
We have taken over.
The inmates are back!
Rude. Just rude.
I have no allegiance anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if there are brakes on the cart. But it works as a boat. Oh, God. DeGraff is gone for one day, and now Hogue takes his spot. Mean. Just mean.
Let's just say I think I'm better at deflecting than Evan is. Chucky!
No, Chucky fell into the water. Someone save him. I don't want him to drown.
I warned my roommates that I'll be watching the Rugrats movie. I don't think I warned them enough.
It's fair.
How intense I will be.
Well, you know. Star Drew, I will try to bring back Something Rotten. We're definitely working on some stuff behind the scenes. I love that Dill has an eye patch bandana. I do too.
Oh, look, it's Chucky's almost dead body. Yay. He has to choose between his friends and his family.
I feel bad.
And all for death.
Poor Tommy's being put in all these circumstances where he's like, first, I don't want to deal with my baby brother. Now I need to save my baby brother. And now I need to like try to save my friends.
It's really a complex array of emotions.
It really is.
Also, they're about to fall off a waterfall.
This is very intense.
Like, these kids really deal with more than I have to in my life.
No.
No. Come on, Tommy! Yes.
He saved it.
Oh.
That gave me anxiety, you guys.
This whole thing, I'm like experiencing like this is a lot of movie.
It really is, especially for an hour and 20 minutes.
Wait,
this is a lot of movie.
Did they just kill Grandpa?
Nah, he's just
How is he napping?
Nah, he's fine. He's old. That's what old people do.
You can't get hurt when you're asleep, right?
What, they drop things on them and then they sleep?
Yeah, it's how old people work.
I don't
And whenever I want my grandpa to go to sleep, I just put like a blanket
Pretty
over
sure
him.
that's not how it works, my friend.
Listen, I didn't go to medical school, so I don't know what you're trying to critique me about, but I read something on Google. It is kind of just bug nuts that they're like, what's the movie? The kids steal a dinosaur car, get lost in the woods, die almost by wolves, piranhas falling off a cliff, and then a baby's there, and it's like, it's just, you wouldn't
The fact that they're
pitch
going in
this.
circles.
Yeah, you wouldn't pitch this to Nickelodeon.
Man, Nickelodeon was doing just like ahead of its time work back then, you know? Like no one else was doing what they did here. Mike, Pops has some serious narcolepsy. 100%.
Yeah, what was this? Oh, because the circus was coming to their town. That's why. Okay. I was like, wait, why is a Russian circus there? But like, that's why the commercial was like advertising it.
Because circuses travel.
Yeah, it all checks out and makes sense.
Oh my god, a scary man.
I forgot about how creepy that looked to me as a kid at the first time.
It's just monkeys.
No, I know, but you know. I forgot about
I remember this.
Where is
Wow. Look at all of this. This is like a drug trip, you guys.
This is scary.
Oh, Chucky's glasses.
Mike says this is his most memorable part. I had totally forgotten until right now, but it's all like flooding back as we watch it. Patty said, I think I found my spirit animal in Pops.
Bang, walla walla, bing bang.
Sleep
Ooh,
anywhere.
ooh, bing bang, walla walla, bing. It's also like we only have 30 minutes left. Like we're more than halfway through this movie, and there's only been 2 musical numbers. And I wouldn't call this a musical, but it's just like, you know, it's there because it's fun.
Yeah. Well, I also think for whatever reason, studios always looked at animated films need to have musical numbers. I don't know what it is that they think. Maybe it's stimulating for kids. I don't know, and keeps them invested and interested.
Excuse me.
You're excused, my friend.
But it's also like the perfect avenue for animators to like go wild. And like
Totally.
you look at that baby like maternity ward scene, and you're like, yeah, that's Not Rugrats going wild. That's the animators going wild. Ew. Ew. Diaper bag. This is like the equivalent of Indiana Jones getting that, that Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
His, adventure. I like that monkey has
Yeah.
chubby cheeks.
Mike's not wrong. The cynical answer would be to compete with Disney. Absolutely.
But it's like, this is the way to compete with Disney, is to provide a different avenue. And like, this clearly hit like a vein in pop culture.
Made a lot
to
of
be
money.
this kind of yeah.
It did. It made a lot of money when it came out, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
They made
At
two
least-
more movies after this. Like it had to.
There is a Rugrats trilogy.
Yeah. And the second one was a Godfather spoof.
with a moment of the Godfather spoof.
Oh no. This movie is really upsetting me.
The glasses breaking thing is my nightmare.
Okay, this movie made $140 million
In 1998.
Like,
Yeah.
that's like lower tier Marvel, or like maybe not that, but like lower tier DC. Like that's
especially in
blockbuster
'98. Yeah. What is that in gross? Someone
That's
figure out the inflation.
Yeah, here I got you.
I'm curious what that would be with inflation, because that would be insane.
All right, let's see.
Oh god, oh god. That's a scary wolf. Those teeth.
It really is.
What is he doing?
He's trying to fly. No.
That would be $222.5 million. That's almost
crazy.
That's almost $250 million.
Yeah.
That the Rugrats movie made in 1998. Like, yeah, Nickelodeon had a golden goose.
Pardis in the chat getting everyone talking about who their favorite Rugrats character of all time was. I like it. Nicely done, Pardis.
Rallying the troops.
I feel like mine was probably Chucky, but I mean Tommy is always like the MVP because he was the lead.
Star Drew. I would also see another Tasmania show for.
Oh, dude, Tasmania was Oh, Tommy has entered the chat.
Rain and lightning are always like the lowest point of any child's movie. Oh my gosh, Max. You concern me greatly. Oh, we actually have Tommy Pickles here as an interview while we live stream his movie, The Rugrats Movie.
Imagine if
Tommy,
I pulled
what was
out
it like
a
to shoot in the
flawless
woods?
Tommy impression right now. Can you imagine?
That would be amazing.
I want to ask. I do, but I'm afraid.
Mhm.
Oh.
This is some very serious, dark undertones for this friendship.
Like, they're babies, and it's like, as my adult brain can't get over that in a way that my kid brain could. I love how they all have stuffed noses. Oh, Chucky, I care about your boo-boo.
See, this is just emotional terrorism for children. This actually hurts me inside.
I'm trying to think, because this came out in 1998, which is 3 years after I was born. And my youngest brother was probably born, I think, 2001.
Oh god.
So I wouldn't have had all my siblings at this point when this movie came out. I probably wouldn't have seen this at this point and understood it, but thinking about it, if I did, I'd be in the same boat as like, oh man, like yeah, new sibling comes in, everyone else feels betrayed because I gotta give them attention. Oh, Spike. Or
another. I'm gonna find you.
Smart.
I'm gonna get you one way
Hell
or
yeah.
another. I'm gonna win you. I'm gonna get you. Yep.
Yeah.
I can't handle how good this is, you guys. Stardrew was 11 when Rugrats the show came out. Man,
Sorry everybody. I'm a child. I wasn't born yet.
You're the youngest person on the channel now.
Don't say that. I don't need that kind of pressure. Chris, how old's Chris?
Older than you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going through it. I'm the young gun. Here we go.
2, specifically.
I'll be Emilio Estevez. I'll take that.
Just don't make me shoot you down in Mexico.
Those monkeys were trying to steal a baby. They're still trying to steal a baby. Oh my god.
Because he tasted like bananas, bro. Come on.
Like, that's dark.
These monkeys were literally stealing the baby because he tasted like bananas. They were going to eat dill. Really think about that.
I don't want to. This is so traumatizing.
Yeah. Ah. That's right. Oh, we need to do Emperor's New Groove.
We really do need to do Emperor's New Groove. That's 100% a fact.
Oh, David Spade. Best crying voice that anybody has.
Yeah, he has arguably one of the best overacting, hyperventilating acting styles maybe ever. It's evident in almost everything he's ever done. Partis, I love the Emperor's New Groove so much. If you guys saw that John Roca Ethan Irwin match, you know how much I like the Emperor's New Groove. I made it a 5-point question.
PJ, that's an abuse of power. I'd like to call the courts down upon you and have your what's it called when a judge when they get it revoked?
Overturned.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, there's like we're disbarring you. Yeah, we're disbarring you from the Schmodown because that's. Oh, I remember this. 5-point Emperor's New Groove question.
The 5-point Emperor's New Groove question was, in what animated Disney film will you find the following line? I'm telling you, for the last time, we did not order a trampoline.
I want to say that's too vague, but now that I think about it, it's not.
It's not at all.
That works, and that works for a 5-pointer.
It's such a specific thing, and I was very happy with it. Partis, I actually knew the answer to that question. My man. That's what's up.
Who was that asked to?
I believe Ethan got that one. Yeah, and then Roca's 5-point question was, what does Will Smith say NYPD stands for in Men in Black?
I don't know.
Knock your punk ass down.
Did he get it?
No. Neither of them did, so it went to sudden death. But
all right, everybody. That's
97 and 90.
Down.
Yeah. I like movies, guys. Heidi says she knew it too. Yeah, exactly. It's one of the most iconic lines in the movie. It's a great question. I appreciate that you guys appreciate it.
Monkeys want banana. Oh, I love like Tommy being like the adult that's done with it. Of then everybody gets, and I'm here just giving.
Yeah.
He's about to sacrifice Dill.
And then he sees his reflection. What have I become?
Okay, guys. Toto. This has the same visual aesthetic as The Last of Us Part 2. Like, and this is the Rugrats movie.
I know.
It's like, this is what post-apocalyptic Seattle looks like.
They really went for this, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, this score is phenomenal. No way around it. Oh my god, they're dealing with the fact that they might have died.
Now a tree's climbed on him.
Oh god. Yeah, this is
Max, how
super
traumatized are you? You've been silent, and I'm concerned with how you're feeling, your emotional state.
As the eldest, considering my sis was born a month after this movie premiered, this scene hits hard.
Yeah. Max, how are you feeling? How's your emotional state right
I
now?
regret picking this movie.
This one is
Welcome aboard.
This one is not nearly as fun as the second one, is it?
But
It's good. I don't.
No, but it is such like, right, this is what Nickelodeon used to be. Like, it's such a reminder of, man, did they have grit in a way that, like, it wasn't just Ren and Stimpy, which was just shock value for the sake of shock value of, this was an introduction for kids to learn something.
This is if David Lynch made an animated film about babies that talked.
That made $250 million inflated for money today. Like, it's just
unreal.
What is the modern equivalent of this?
There's none.
Coco?
I can give you that. Coco's
But like Coco doesn't get this dark. Like Coco deals with
I
death
don't know. It kind of does get dark.
but not like
not maybe a baby died dark, but it does get dark.
It's also Coco doesn't have a musical number with like newborn like fetuses like singing and peeing and you're like this gets weird in a way and like Pixar doesn't nowadays.
A blanket now.
It's cute, okay, and it's
Max, are you all right?
Yeah.
You need a hug? All right. I just want to make sure.
But I'm not kidding. That looked like Last of Us 2 for a while. I'm like, man, this is dark. So he's an inventor, right? Like that's his job?
Yeah. He's the quirky inventor type.
He's pulling a Sully Sullenberg.
These monkeys are so serious.
By the way, watch that movie recently, Sully. That movie's great.
Yeah, it's not bad.
People need to watch Sully. Jeez. It's monkeys. Listen, I didn't know I wanted to see babies versus monkeys as a 25-year-old, but I do. And I like it.
Babies versus monkeys sounds like a video game that needs to be made.
Like a Mortal Kombat ripoff.
There's a card game called Bears versus Babies.
Bears versus babies.
Bears versus babies.
That I have and have played, and it's quite fun.
For like an older system.
No, it's a card game.
Kind of like Exploding Kittens.
Exactly.
Oh.
Or you
Not true. I thought it was like an actual like Sega Genesis game.
No.
Bears versus babies. Yep, this exists.
I wouldn't lie.
It looks like the same creators of Exploding Kittens. Oh yeah, Angelica's here too.
You know, Angelica's really kind of like not in this movie as much as I remembered.
But I'd be excited to watch Rugrats Go Wild again because I remember it having a very distinct moment of one of the babies being lost in the woods and it being Angelica. And maybe I'm just like confusing it for this one. But I remember that one being very Angelica focused.
It very well could have been. I don't remember that one nearly as well as I remember the second one.
The score, this like... For a second, I thought he was holding a pickle and not a stopwatch.
This score is so good.
Yeah, this is...
Was it Mark Mothersbach? Because I know he did the series.
He might have. I mean, I could see them keeping him on to keep that same feel, you know?
Just... What area do these people live in that, like, ravenous wolves
Yeah, the music
stalk
is by
the surrounding wilderness?
Got it. Did he do anything else that was not just, like, did he do a lot of television?
Back then?
Yeah, or just in general. I was just curious.
Yeah, he used to do a lot of TV, but he's gotten more into films now.
Got it.
He did
The sky looks so beautiful.
Hotel Transylvania, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2, The Lego Movie, 22 Jump Street, Pitch Perfect 2, Pee-wee's Big Holiday, Thor Ragnarok he did the score for.
That's right. He did do Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, so he's been around a lot.
You know what? Now thinking about it, this does have a very similar Ragnarok-esque score. Like, it really plays with a lot of tones and a lot of different emotions.
I love the sky. Like, it's like very like
Pretty amber color.
intense. It feels very like Braveheart battle. Yeah.
And I've never seen Braveheart.
Like that would break their ribs. It's okay, they just fight for their freedom. Come
Dill
on,
needs to stop
Dill.
playing with things.
Are you gonna say that now after it seems like he's about to
Save the day.
them?
That's true.
PJ, would you like to rescind any
No,
previous
he's still,
comments?
nope, I say what I say, and I mean what I say.
What are you, the Cat in the Hat?
You're
What do you
damn
have?
right I'm the cat in the
Some
hat.
Dr. Seuss.
Theodore Geisel.
Ah. Hey. That's gotta like, if you have a tail and like someone bites it, like that's gotta, that's just another appendage to like worry about.
Dumb monkeys. And they're on the train tracks.
Hey, this is very Temple of Doom-esque right here.
Yep.
It's like
We're
another
going-
Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Full on, yeah. It is, it's just, the plot is just, yeah, they get... Good burn from Phil and Lil.
Yeah.
Angelica
Eliza and Peggy.
and Peggy and Tommy and Dill Pickle.
Huh.
It's so
It's
out
so
of nowhere.
obviously Tim Curry now.
Yeah.
I called it.
You really did.
Well done. That's well done, Max. That's good.
There is so much danger in this movie.
There really is. Like, I don't think any character is never not in danger in the movie.
It's truly like there are stakes. There are these babies, like their clothes are ripped and they're dirty and they are on the run from
And they're-
ravenous predators.
Yeah.
Like, congrats to you, Nickelodeon. Like, what's the show? Oh, it's babies. Like, what do? They run for their lives. Like, oh,
They get lost in the woods, get attacked by wildlife.
all right, this is the babies.
almost dies 6 or 7 times.
And then Spike comes to the rescue.
What is this? My goodness.
Still Spike.
Spike is having a straight up fight with this wolf.
It's like the end of the line.
But he's there for the babies.
This is not okay.
Come on, Spike.
You got this, Spike.
I'm so invested.
Oh.
I can't handle this right now.
They don't even give you time to like process it. Come on, Stu. We know Spike's okay, everybody. Spike's okay. Everybody just grab a tissue. It's a lot of
I am
property
not
damage,
okay.
Stu.
Yeah, see, Elizabeth said in the chat, this is when I sobbed as a child.
Are they doing a 2001?
Yes.
Yep.
The lizard. This is so good.
This is dealing with like the idea of religion.
I know.
And it's, this feels like a movie thing where it's like, wait, can the adults finally understand the babies?
Right. The fact that he wants his dog back and he doesn't want to go home. Tommy Pickles is the best of us.
How did he get there? I don't know. I'm okay with it. The triumphant, like, Rugrats theme
Is the best.
These dumb monkeys just. Oh, that the amount of movies I saw as a kid where it's like a character victory was they were talking on the phone too much and they throw it into like a fountain. Or I remember like Devil Wears Prada. Anne Hathaway does that. I'm like, you did it.
Yeah.
You won. You threw the phone in the water. As the Russians are back to get all their furry comrades, the monkeys. Great.
You guys.
You can't take over someone else's.
That's why
news
the monkeys
broadcast.
attacked him. He deserved it.
Oh yeah. Are like the clouds in the background like realistic?
Kind of looks that way.
Oh, I love how both the brothers are dorky, but in different ways.
Yeah.
Like, Stu is clearly like the inventor tinkerer, and then his brother is like the nerd, the accountant. Oh, fried bologna.
Oh, look at him wearing the little Viking hat.
Oh. Yay. Yeah, I could see how this movie makes $250 million. Like, it just leaves you on that note of...
Guys. Wow.
Wait, listen to this song. Listen to this song.
Yeah, I'm listening to it. It's a jam.
I used to listen to this all the time.
I did too. I'm going to leave this on as we're talking.
I was about to say, Max, you listen to the soundtrack, but hearing some of these songs...
This is good, man. Okay. Wow, I haven't revisited that movie in I don't know how long, but it was an emotional journey for me to go back to 1998. 8-year-old PJ just had a really great time, but did not realize how just like dark and how traumatizing this movie really is.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it like a lot. I just very, very good. It was really fun to revisit this. I'm going to start with Maxwell. How are you feeling? This was your choice. We did this movie. You don't look okay. I'm worried.
I hate this movie.
It is traumatizing in so many ways. I feel attacked. I feel pain. No, I mean, it's a good movie, and it was very nostalgic to watch it. But it's fascinating how, obviously, because I've said like this movie hit me emotionally when I was a kid, but now things hit in a very different way and in almost a much darker way. Like when you're a kid, I was 10 when this movie came out, or maybe 9. I'm not sure what part of the year it came out. And you're like into the adventure, and you're like, oh no, peril. And now as an adult, I'm like, those babies are being attacked by a wolf. Someone protect the babies. And then you think the dog died, and it's a lot. Like I give them a lot of kudos, Nickelodeon and everyone involved, for like allowing the movie to be this intense.
Starger says Max, really amazing choice, by the way.
Thank you. It makes for like a really engaging adventure, and I sort of became silent a little bit through the last act because I was engrossed in what was happening and also didn't want to start bawling on camera.
Yeah, we've all done that before, so I understand.
Yeah.
I didn't remember there's a post-credit scene.
I don't know if he did that either. I think it's not as fun as some of the other Rugrats movies, but it hits in a way that those don't.
Yeah, this one, I think, to your point, has a much more... I just think it's more serious, I feel like, in such a specific way, and it feels a lot more gritty, kind of what Hogue said earlier. It's much grittier, because even Rugrats in Paris feels serious, but not in the same way. It's more about Chucky, like, feeling like he doesn't have a mother and, like, the importance of that. So this one hits different. Hogue, we've now revisited. How are you feeling?
I mean, it is kind of the perfect encapsulation of, you watch something as a kid and you have an idea of it, and then you revisit it as an adult and you have a whole new perspective on it. But the fact that it is Rugrats, and maybe I'm from a kind of compromised point of view because I literally was born and grew up in the like midst of all of this. But
I'm sorry, Max.
But it is, like I've related to the parents in a way that I never have. I saw the deeper things that they were like throwing onto these kids as, lessons for me as an adult to learn that I've never seen before. And it really, hold on the credits, printed on Eastman Kodak film. Eastman is from Rochester, which is where I'm from. So you're welcome, Rugrats. We did that for you. But it is such a trip down memory lane. Like, this really is kind of what I need. And especially in all these kind of trying times, this is the dark joyfulness I needed.
Holy crap.
Wow.
I'm seeing something I've never seen before.
Oh, Grandpa's on his own little baby adventure. King of Dinosaurs. Oh, we got a Reptar song. But you got to imagine Stu programmed, and he like recorded that single himself.
That is arguably maybe one of the best post-credit scenes ever, if only because Grandpa kind of deserves that, all things being equal.
Oh, yeah. But it's also he isn't conscious enough to like understand his mistakes.
Fair. Very fair. But, man, that was really fun. I had a really good time watching that. I hope you guys did too.
Oh, heck yeah.
It was just like very nostalgic for me to revisit the Rugrats, which means I think you guys will be happy because next week we are going to be doing the Rugrats in Paris. So, come back for the next nostalgic fueled ride that is the PJ Campbell network watch-alongs where we go back to 2000 to when I was 10 years old. Maxwell, you would have been 12, and Hogue, you were a fetus. So we are going to be talking all about Rugrats in Paris. I am very, very excited. But before we get out of here, I just want to remind you guys that, once again, we have a brand new TeePublic store, which you can find the link to in the chat right now. And I hope that you guys will...
These face masks, magnets.
Look at that thing. Look at it.
Baseball tees.
I've already bought 3 baseball tees, you guys.
Pillows. Foam cases.
We want you to look good, enjoying a merchandise that makes us look good. So we hope that you guys will head over to TeePublic, order some shirts. As we said, everything is 35% off right now for the next 2.5 days. So get your orders in now before the prices go up. $13 for a normal tee is not a bad price, man. And yes, Mike, we are going to complete the trilogy. So don't worry. That is going to happen. I think that the next 3 weeks you can expect, or 2 weeks, I guess, after this, will be all Rugrats centric in all the right ways. We also have, again, if you haven't seen it already, the Newsies Suddenly soundtracks. It's quite good. We've got Kevin Smith, Kristen Smith, and Robert Parker. We've got the host on Friday night. We've got a double feature coming up of Godzilla 98 and Pac Rim. We have the brilliant Front Center Mezzanine episode with Allison Brezzi and the upcoming episode with Kaylin West. Of course, our Bill and Ted triple feature. That is the date to be determined. We are going to be celebrating for the first time ever doing a triple feature of all 3 films. It's probably going to be a Saturday. We'll probably start early because we want to make sure we get through all 3 of them in a pretty good fashion, timely fashion. It should be a lot of fun. And of course, we got Scary Movie Squad. Look at those people. Look at the movies. It's just going to be the best time. You guys aren't going to want to miss it. So with that, is there anything that you guys would like to add before we head out of here?
I mean, not really. Like, we had the whole beginning intro of us getting sentimental and emotional, and then we just went through this roller coaster with Rugrats. So, I don't know. You know what we got. We're going to give it to you. We're great.
Exactly. We are. So where can the kids find you online?
Oh, you can find me at Hogue_filmmaker at Instagram and Twitter. You can check out all of my short films because I'm a filmmaker who wants to be creative, and even in these pandemic times, get ready for a career in filmmaking on my Vimeo page at Patrick Hogue. And you can check out my latest short film, So, on Crypt TV's YouTube channel. That's CRYPT for their YouTube channel. So, SEW. It's my newest short film, and it's so good.
You always take my joke because that's my joke, and now you're taking my joke, and
it's a good joke.
Kind of hurting me.
I want it.
It's a good joke.
I want it.
You know what? You're hurting my feelings now.
It reminds me of when I was in middle school, early high school. There was a club in Miami called Sofa King. So the radio commercial would be like, "Come out Friday night. The drinks are Sofa King cheap. The girls are Sofa King hot. The club is Sofa King amazing."
Wow.
You guys are just saying so fucking. Good job.
Great job. So, Max, where can everyone find you online?
Max.
It's Sofa King. Yeah. You can find me on Twitter at Cinemaxwell. Instagram is at Cinemaxwell Inc. And you can find me right here on the PJ Campbell Network.
And of course, you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at PJ_Campbell. You can find me over at the Movie Trivia Schmodown, where I'm writing questions, for this giant, massive singles tournament that you guys are probably enjoying. Be nice to the writers. We are human and not computers, and sometimes things happen. So be nice. We like doing it for you guys, and we don't like being yelled at. And once again, guys, thank you for all your continued support. Thank you to both Mike K and, of course, Ferris for their lovely donations tonight in the Streamlabs account. It's because of guys like you and everyone who keeps coming back that we keep doing this. So until next time, everyone, we'll be back next week. We're going to be watching all things Rugrats with Rugrats in Paris. Until then, we'll see you guys.
I want to be so long. Farewell to you, my friend. Goodbye for now. Until we meet again. I said so long. Farewell to you, my friend. Goodbye for now. Until until we meet again. Oh, it's been great to play and sing together in the box, and now it's time to say goodbye. Ooh, so long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye, oh, for now, until we meet again. Goodbye, for now, until we meet again.